Good morning, it's Lovie from New Yoga Wellness, and I'm just giving some informational tips out there of some of the processes that we do here in the new house to try to contain or decrease the amount of viruses or germs that we're bringing in our house. Just give me a second to drink some. And I will show you the process of what we do. You'll see another quick time of what we do, but I'll show you what my husband's doing right now at this moment. He just went to the grocery store. So we'll walk outside and he is gloved up. He is wiping down all our items, if you can see him. And then we place all the cold ones on the ground, and then we will bring them inside once they've been rinsed. The vegetables I rinse in vinegar, water, and then sometimes I even use antibacterial soap. But with that being said, let me get to some of the really fun things that we really do. After the food sits out there for about 5 days, and yes, we buy stuff that if it's like products like these, we'll wipe them down and sit them outside for 5 days in the garage. Then before we bring them inside, I re-wipe them down again. So before I stack anything away, they get wiped down twice, and then they sit out there for 5 days. And the reason why I try to get at least 3 to 5 days is so if anything like a virus, because a virus cannot live without a host, it will die out there. And I like the heat to actually build up in there in the garage so that will even also kill the virus. Viruses like cold environments, so if you can keep your house warm or keep the items that you're buying cold or hot, that's better. So I'll give you a little turnaround of what I actually give my kids, myself, every day, and I'm going to go through really quickly what it is. So here's a little bit of a view of what we take. And let's see if you can see all the things. And I'll go one by one of why I take them, what's the importance of them, and why I would recommend you doing it as well. Even the fun neti. Nobody likes that, but it's very important right now for those reasons. So let me break down some of the things that I do. I live by Severin Silver. If you live close to me, they have it right there in front of Publix. They have a huge bottle. I recommend this. My kids take it orally, as well as they take it in a nasal spray as well. If you use the oral one, it goes underneath your tongue. Drop it there, hold it for 30 seconds. Don't just swallow it. So those are things. You also spray your nose. If you spray your nose, if you're a nurse, you know this. Look at your toes when you spray your nose because your nasal canal actually floats back. So bioactive silver, so far so good, right? I also use vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams. Everyone's taking it. Also, if you live by me, if you know where I live, it's right there near Publix. You can go to Nutrition Depot or somewhere else. They have it as well. Definitely take that. Honey, local honey, always. This is from Winder, I believe. You'll be surprised. I got this at Ace Hardware. I recommend that you pick this up. This will give you the common bacteria that's local in this area. It also will coat your throat if you're having any soreness. And I wake up with soreness every morning just from the pollen outside. So honey, absolutely. The other things that's a must, you must take your daily vitamins for women and for men. Then I, of course, have mine for my little kitties. Yes, they take this every single day on top of the drops, on top of that, on top of vitamin C, on top of it, okay? The other thing I think is very important is probiotics. You have to keep your gut good. If your gut is not clean with the good bacteria, you will get a virus, it will grow and fester, and then you end up being sick. So please, probiotics on top of that. Airborne. I have been using Airborne for about 15 years. I am a registered nurse and a nurse practitioner. So I recommend you get some Airborne for your kids, Airborne for yourself as well. This is something I've said on one of my sits before. Zinc, you must have zinc. I use that on top. Make sure you eat with zinc. That's another one I always keep. Vitamin D and vitamin C are antimicrobials. I'm going to say that again. Vitamin D, vitamin C are antimicrobials. Absolutely use this. Keep this in your system. It will help fight off bacteria. People don't know that as well. Vitamin C also comes in chewable forms. We keep stock of this. No times am I out of this. So make sure you're taking this, giving it to your kids as well. I have found an antiviral. So I'm going to do a tutorial on this as well. The virus, the flu virus, is is a viral. So most of our antibiotics do not, I'll say it again, antibiotics do not work on viruses. Those are two different things. So this is an antiviral I just found at my local health food store. Highly recommend. My kids, myself, they also take that in addition. So get it, an antiviral holistic tip. Go grab it before you get the flu. Have this in your system, okay? Also, inflammation. This is really good for inflammation. I take this once a day, and then when I get a little congestion in my throat, I make a mixture of apple cider vinegar. I open this capsule, dump it in there. I also put salt. You know salt's very important to clear your throat. And then I also put lemon. So lemon's very important. Warm it up, gargle with it. It will clear your throat. So absolutely. Another one. This is more for adults. I don't give this one to my kids. We end up having the inflammation all through your body, even in your throat. If you're getting a little inflammation or inflammation in your chest, you want to have this turmeric in your system. Elderberry. If you have not gotten this, yes, get it. Brazelton Pharmacy has it, so go and grab it. I'm actually gonna go pick up some more as well. You must have this. So yes, my kids take this. They take their vitamins. They take vitamin C on top of it, and they also take silver. Okay. Teas that I think are very important. I use Deep Breathe, which will help open up your airways, kind of keep the congestion away, as well as ginger. One of the ones I'm out of, which I'm very sad about, Lemon Zinger. If you can get it, if you want to buy me a box, please do. More importantly, drop it off at my door. I'll love you forever. So I'm out of that as well. So please, that's another one. Lemon is acidic. So it will create an environment that's not positive for viruses or bacteria to grow. So at night and the first thing in the morning, I take some lemon and I squeeze it down my throat. It's the first thing I do every morning because I want to kill the bacteria that's sitting here in my throat. You know, you wake up in the morning like, and you can get a good amount of phlegm out, right? So go ahead, clear that out. Also put some lemon in some tea and then heat it up and put it in the microwave. Warm environment. Remember that warm environment is bad for viruses. Important, okay? The other thing that I think I'm taking as well, omega-3s, very important. It has holistic benefits more than you know, not for just this moment, for continued things. Okay, now I want to show you some of the things I found. I'm not able to find Lysol, so I've been using this product here, which it kills 99% of bacteria. So this was at Target. This is just as good. You can spray it into a rag. I've actually been recycling my Lysol rags, or I'll use a fresh rag, squirt this on there, and re-wipe everything down. So Target has this. Look for this bottle. Look at the bottom. It's an antibacterial, so this is just as important to clean your house if you can't get Lysol wipes or Lysol. Okay? This is another thing I found that's very important, because once my husband goes out, I don't want his clothes to have the germs. I hate to tell you this, but there's been reports that the virus can spray as far as 13 feet, not 6, 13 feet. So keep that in mind when you're walking, and make sure you're gloving up, please, and you're wearing a mask. If you see me in my neighborhood, I am the masked one with another mask on with, it has a skull face. It's just little old Lovie. I'm not coming to rob your house. I am a kryptonite to pollen. But with that being said, this is something that Lysol's producing, so you can wash your clothes in. My husband just went to the store, so I get him the derobe in the garage, take his clothes, immediately put it in the wash machine, and this is what I use, okay? Also, if you don't have any of the Lysol spray, there is a mixture that I have talked about with bleach. I believe it's 1/4 of a cup mixed with water, and bleach is just as good to clean your appliances where your kids are touching the main objects. Just be careful with wall sockets. I tell people that all the time. But if you can grab some bleach, make the bleach mixture, And if you need the specifics, the CDC has it on there as well. I have talked about it in a previous talk as well. Let me grab some more things to show you. So if you're going to do the neti pot, which I know the kids hate it, I hate it, blah, blah, blah. Neti pot, definitely do it with warm water. Do not microwave your water in the microwave. I recommend you boil it on the stove, and most importantly, it has to be distilled water. It cannot be water from the faucet or even filtered through your fridge. It has to be distilled. Make sure this cap is intact as well because it's good water, right? So do that at least once a week. I do it, and you'll be surprised of the amount of junk that's sitting in your sinus cavity that's just waiting to grow into a nice little virus. So stop it from happening. The other things that I highly recommend as well, which I have, are these guys. If you can get a hold of them, they're gloves. We use them to go get the mail. We use them to go shopping. Absolutely have them on. Protect yourself and prevent the spread so we can decrease this whole social isolation, right? Most important things. And then lastly, I don't think there's, one more thing. So I am not a mom with infants, but I went back to this. This is Medulla's steaming bag. So inside, I'll show you. That's where my neti pot things are. I steam them to sterilize all the things. So if there's stuff around here that you absolutely need to clean, I would sterilize these just because we're using them amongst all family members. But that's one thing. Go back to these steamer bags. They absolutely work. They're very beneficial and they will kill germs. So just a quick recap of the things that I think are highly important for everybody to have. Elderberry, vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, D and C, antimicrobials, okay? Daily vitamins for yourself and your hubby. I also recommend honey. And my favorite is silver. So make sure you're using these daily to help fight off and boost your immune system because that's what they're going to do. Airborne is another one that I recommend. Probiotics to keep your gut healthy as well. It all ties in together. Definitely use those. And then I finally found an antimicrobial to use. Antiviral to use holistically. So we'll start using this in our daily doses. And yes, my kids get every single one of these. And of course, if you're lucky enough to get it, Germex. Remember, when you rub it on, squeeze, 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 it has to dry. It has to dry. It has to dry. If it does not dry, it does not work. So make sure you're doing that. Hand washing. Make sure you're hand washing at least 20 seconds. I hand wash for 30. And that's because I'm OCD and I just want to make sure I'm getting the germs off. I know that I said this pretty quickly. I hope a lot of people just take note of some of the things that they've done. If you have any awesome things out there, please let me know. Also, ginger tea is amazing. It's an it's for immune support, but it does a lot of benefits as well. And then remember my little trick that I recommend: warm water, salt, apple cider vinegar, turmeric or turmeric, however you want to say it. And then I put lemon in there. Gargle, 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 spit it out, and I do that about 4 or 5 times. It cleans out my throat immediately. I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you have any questions, please DM me, post, send me comments. Most importantly, keep your mind right. Join me for yoga if you need to. I have multiple free ones on Facebook, and I will continue to do that. But as I said, stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, stay positive. Bye.